It's the Yes Yeah Yes podcast with Marisa and Teresa.
Look, I'd rather be a gambler than a weedhead.
I walked in, sat down, had to leave, and violently vomited.
I'm not going down that hole. I'm not. Don't even try me. Not today, Satan. Not today. I value my friendship.
You're the cream, and the coffee is life.
Life.
You bring cream to my life.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Once a week for an hour.
Hello.
Howdy.
Howdy. How's your day going?
It's all right. It's a
How's your
nice
week?
day on Long Island, so it's nice when we have nice weather.
Yeah, your hair looks nice. I can see you got some lotion on the skin. Skin looks glowing.
Yeah, gotta use lotion. I had a conversation with my dad because I went to the beach with him and he had no lotion on his body.
Oh.
I was looking at it, I didn't say nothing. He's like, "You got lotion?" And I don't know. I was like, "Yeah, but it smells like rosy." He's like, "That's all right. I smell rosy all the time." I said, "Okay," but he never borrowed it. I think he just was like, whatever, it is what it is. Dark. I mean, I notice ashiness on fair-skinned people, white people, they think that they don't need to use lotion. A lot of fair-skinned people, but
Interesting.
yeah, like on their whole body. It's mostly like hands and face.
I think it's a cultural thing too, because I think they're not brought up with like lotioning and lathering up their babies.
Well, they don't ash up the way darker people do.
They ash up. You just don't see it the same way.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like white people don't make jokes about kicking flour. Okay. It would go over your head. It's not the same. So anyway.
That's funny.
I digress.
Man, I want to talk about something today that grosses me out, but I'm insisting on talking about this. So the singer Meghan Trainor?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently her house has 2 toilets.
What's the topic? Do you want to tell people what the topic of the show is, or?
Because I'm all over the place.
Okay.
We're talking about Meghan Trainor, Dave Chappelle, and what I'm looking forward to for fall.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to share something on my screen and now I can't. I want to talk about Meghan Trainor. So Meghan Trainor, apparently in her house, she has 2 toilets. Not 2 separate toilets and 2 different bathrooms next to each other.
Okay.
And
does she have a picture? Did you see a picture of it?
No, there's no picture of it, but dang it, I can't understand why I can't share my screen.
I think you put it in our shared files. Like I can try to share it. I just have to find it.
Nope, I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Here we go. Okay, she has side-by-side toilets with her husband. And do you recognize that actor, her husband?
No.
He's in one of those kids. Oh my Lord. It just popped out of my head. Not Shark Boy and Lava Girl. What's the other one?
I don't know. Anyway,
Spy Kids. He's Spy Kids.
Okay.
So they have a side-by-side toilet. Originally, the idea came from with their child. They have, she claims that they have been late nights and they're bringing their child to the bathroom, and that caused like them having to go too. So I just like the thought of it. They bought a new house during construction. She was like, please, can we have 2 toilets in the bathroom? When they're taking the baby, then they can go. She has admitted to pooping together. She doesn't like going to the bathroom alone. And she says, while she's pooping, Daryl's like, I'm going to hang out with you now. And he's in the bathroom with her.
Her husband? Is that
her husband?
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do people share this stuff? What was the point of her sharing this? Like everybody
Well,
don't
she
know
didn't. She
everything.
didn't. It actually was her brother. Her brother was on Why Won't You Date Me podcast with Nicole Byer. And her brother, Ryan Trainor, who said he was looking for a relationship, but wants to avoid something like the marriage his sister has. They're too close for comfort. He says, you guys are weirdos, bro. And he's the one who brought it up, and she's having to defend it. So he's talking all wild, and she's now having to defend her having 2 bathrooms, and she has admitted to pooping together once, but
See, this is why you can't trust family. It's reckless, man.
right?
Like, why would he
All
share
out
that?
there.
Like, he
I
could have been like, I
know.
don't want to, my sister's very happy in her marriage, but I just want a different marriage where it's not as, he
Or-
could have said a whole bunch of things without saying,
Or not mention her at all.
I mean, you say things on a podcast, but there's just things that just, you don't have to get deep into it.
I don't think you've ever mentioned your siblings'
No,
marriages or
I've mentioned, I have, but I haven't mentioned deep like that. Like, you can't be on a podcast and not talk about family and friends, but it's the intimate details that you share
yeah.
that, you got to be mindful of.
I don't know how I feel about this. You're somebody who doesn't use public toilets or tries to avoid it as
I
much
try
as
to,
possible.
I mean, I've gotten older and I have to use them now. Thankfully, like, most of the stores I go into, thankfully, are very clean because I know, on my route when I'm driving in the field, I know which stores I can go to. And my mom, she gave me the disposable seat liners, so I carry them
Oh,
all the
I
time.
carry those. Yep. You can get them in the travel
I
section.
wipe the
at like
toilet
CVS.
down, and then I put the seat line because my knees are not strong no more. I can't. I can't
The
squat. I ended up
hovering.
just sitting. I was like, I can't squat. It's not Megan Thee Stallion.
or Meghan Trainor. But I always look for the family bathroom because I need like even like when somebody goes into the stall next to me and I can see their feet, it bothers
I
me.
prefer the solo bathrooms, but
Yeah.
sometimes you can't choose. So
I know sometimes you
go ahead.
okay. Oh, I know you and I have, we've gone shopping together when it's like, I'm usually the one that always has to go to the bathroom. And I'll be like, oh, it's a solo bathroom. Oh, okay, let me go.
Sometimes the solo bathroom be dirty as hell though. But, I try to avoid it if I can, but as I've gotten older, it's just not, I broke the seal too many times.
Yeah.
Do
you think you could, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Have you ever pooped while someone was in the bathroom with you?
Have I pooped with somebody? With me. Oh, you mean, yeah, like a stranger, like you use a.
No, not like there's like the little dividers. I mean, like you're just hanging out and there they are. Like you're just talking face to, you're looking at somebody in the face.
But
while
somebody has done that to me.
Oh.
It's like, I ain't even asked for this and you're just going to take a shit. I had a friend who always wanted company because she was like a lingerer on the toilet. And I'm like, I wait until it's about to come out. And then I just go. People be like, wow, you went to the bathroom? I was like, yeah, number one. It's really not. But, I held it long enough that it was quick. Like, I don't like to linger on the toilet. I don't want to read a magazine. I don't
look at your phone.
I'm not bringing my phone in there. Like, that's so unsanitary. But, I know everybody does that. I'm weird. Okay. So.
I don't think you're weird. I just, no. And not that it's weird. I know a lot of people or some people, I don't even know if it's a lot. That's just not something I could do. Do you remember that movie? Just pooping in the same, like you're looking at me in the face and poop is coming out of me. It's just, I can't do that.
Well, I'm not saying the person was looking at me in the face. It's not like we were staring at each other, having a connection while she was shitting. I'm just saying,
you're still in the room with them and they're pooping.
Yeah, it's very like not. It's like she wanted to talk to me about gossip, and I'm like, and I'm just in college. This is in college, and so I'm also under the like, I'm part of me like I'm coming of age, and I'm like, is this something that I missed out on? Like, this is what people do, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not around people,
yeah.
So then when you go to college and you're around all these worldly people, you start to think like, wait a second. Anyway, can we not talk about poop? But is there something like in your marriage where you're like, not that you have to share like something secretive, but something that was made public that you really wish somebody would have kept their mouth shut? Made public, and obviously you're not a public figure, but like, you know, other members of the family found out, or, you know, friends of the family. And then you had to like have a conversation with the person that told it, whether it be your spouse or your friend or your relative. You're like, really, like,
I'm gonna remember as soon as we get off.
right.
But at the moment, it's more like the other way around, where people have assumptive nature, and it's one of those like.
But
I
that's
realize that-
different. That's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the other way around. I'm trying to think if it's this way. Yeah. I think I was a victim. I've mentioned I have kids, and the way I raise my kids is not unique. I'm not going to say unique. It's just not, I guess, traditional. And people have made mention about it, but it's
I'm not talking
wow,
about
like
kids. I'm talking about.
no, I'm just saying it's in my marriage, how we parent,
Okay.
a form that we parent, and it was one of those things that's you're not here that much to really make that like it's the way it was. It's such a bad example because I'm being so vague.
Yeah. Let's move on. Cause I'm.
Shit.
Cause I'm saying like, how did you deal with it? If you don't have to
shit.
tell me what the situation is, but like, how did you deal with it? Like, I wonder how she's dealing with her brother saying that on the podcast, telling people that, you know what I mean?
I don't know. How do you? I don't know. I can't imagine having to call my brother and be like, yeah, so you went publicly to talk about me pooping?
Yeah, that's
What's
just
wrong with you?
not even just about pooping, but the dependency on having to poop with your spouse to get, you know, in the same room. So much so
Or
that
just go to the
y'all got
bathroom with them.
toilets together.
She says she was just like, I don't like being alone. They're soulmates.
Okay. He's cheating. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's, you know, it's different, you know. I can't say it's right or wrong. It's just not something
It's
that I
different.
subscribe to.
It's not something that I would like. I don't even like when I'm taking a shower and somebody wants to, it's always when I'm taking a shower and someone wants to ask me a question. And
Yeah.
they open the door and I'm like, go away.
That happens to me now. You want some coffee from the store? I'm like, what? You know, I don't wear my hearing aids.
Yeah.
Open the door so I can and peek my head out the shower.
Like,
Do you want some coffee? Let me think. No, but get me a hot tea with extra sugar. It's like I'm like giving a whole menu. And if there's a bagel there, it's like ridiculous. And a scratch off.
why are bagels so delicious?
I don't know. Let's move on. I don't know.
I'm hungry.
Good. Okay. So yeah, so you know, I don't, you know, I'm not married or anything like that, but there have been situations where this happened like a couple of years ago, maybe not even 2 years ago, where I told a relative something out of frustration, and that relative told the person what I said about them. And that person got pissed at me, and I said to them, like, I have a right to be frustrated about you and how you treat me. And, you know, that person is my relative too, and I can vent to them if I want to. If you don't like it, then fucking do something about it. Don't use me to make, you know, I'm not going to say who this was, right, or whatever, but it's like, don't use me to make things easy for you and then get mad about me going to a mutual relative and you know, expressing my frustration about how you how you've been, how I've been dealing with you, our relationship. And so,
Yeah.
but then I also had to go to the person that I spoke to and say, do I need to tell you every time we speak that this is between us? It's like, I came to you in confidence, not so that you can go back to that person. If I want that person to know, then I would say it to them. And the relative was like, I'm sorry, which is rare for the person to say, I'm sorry, number one. Number two, all of a sudden I felt bad because they felt bad. I was like, well, that's okay.
Oh, well, it's all right. It's not all right.
Anyway, you have those moments. You have those.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to see, switching gears, have you had a chance to watch Dave Chappelle's new comedy special on Netflix?
No, not yet.
Okay. I don't want to give too much away.
I mean, everybody's been giving it away already. I mean, I'm still going to watch it.
Yeah, but like the punchlines, it's like the delivery is never going to be the same. So he's being yet again called or accused of being transphobic.
Mm-hmm.
And like his punchlines, according to NPR, for Dave Chappelle, punchlines are dares. His new special, The Closer, goes too far. And it's so funny. Even my cousin made a Facebook post about it which I thought was hilarious, because it's like, you think these jokes are funny? Because I don't think they are. And I saw it and I thought it was hilarious, but I like his brand of humor. So it's one of those things. It's one of those things where his brand of humor is more to make a mockery of the situation and to continue to talk about it in a way. And what's funny is just the points that he brought up, his talking points, are exactly being proven. And I can't wait for you to watch it.
That's what I read. Like, people were saying, like, you guys are literally proving his point.
Mm-hmm.
But this is how it is with him. It's like, first of all,
Yes.
I'm sick of people going to celebrities and comedians and actors for them to be the moral compass on life. Like, Dave Chappelle is a comedian. He's brilliant. He's funny. He makes you think. And he makes no bones about who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look forward to watching. I just haven't had an opportunity. So maybe we can, revisit it down the line, break it down a little bit. I don't know.
I definitely want to break it down. One of the things that made me think, because so I don't have many transgender friends. I have only one transgender acquaintance, one that I know is transgender. And she and I can have an open dialogue. But one of the things I didn't realize that, because the word tranny apparently is negative. I never held it as a negative word.
Right.
But for some reason it made me think like, oh, like it's used in such a negative, visceral way.
Yeah, I always saw it as a negative word.
Really?
Yeah, ever since the day I heard that word. Anytime you put a connotation on the actual correct spelling of a word, it's negative.
Okay. I guess there goes my ignorance. I never thought of it that way. And then one of the talking points that I've had with other people in other groups, communities, subgroups, whatever it is, where, when it comes to transgender awareness and rights, I guess, so to speak, or mutual respect. One of the things that has been made a point. This is not my talking point. I want to make that clear. This is not my talking point. One of the points that has been made in certain groups is transgender women take a bite out of feminist and female movement because they come to the table with a certain white man expectation and it's not viewed or given mutual respect, where a female feminist identifying woman is still fighting for certain rights, where a transgender woman believes that her seat at the table needs to come with already at the table with respect. They're not fighting for equal wages. They're not fighting for, body autonomy. We're not fighting for the same things. So they're coming to the table with a certain list of demands, and they're chewing away at the
Not
feminist
necessarily
movement.
align with the demands that women, natural born women, have. And I can see that, because like I had a coworker that was transgender, but I didn't really have a conversation. Like he wasn't out to me, but I always had a feeling. And then unfortunately the workplace that we lived in spilled the beans to me. Like I had my suspicions, but it was still like, I don't know for sure.
Right.
But so the only person I've ever seen have like that I've ever seen talk about, the rights and fighting for the rights was like Caitlyn Jenner, and everything that she would fight for are not things that women fight for as a whole.
No.
Feminist
As a whole, right.
like it's like she wasn't fighting for, pro-life, pro-choice. I mean, she was fighting for pro-life, not pro-choice. She wasn't fighting for like domestic violence or any of that stuff that we all think about, and on a daily basis. Like you go out in your home and you pray that you're not attacked because you're a woman. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
she had an opportunity, I believe, especially since she decided to be to go into politics and be an even bigger public figure. She had an
Right.
opportunity to shed light on that, and she chose not to. And by doing that, I think she painted a brush that most transgender women feel the same way that she does. I don't know if that's true or not, because then we have somebody like Laverne Cox, but I don't even know if she speaks out like that
Right.
about the rights of natural born women.
So the thing about, and again, we're just talking about these two talking points. I'm not trying to give my opinion, but I'm just trying to understand a little bit more about this, because here's the thing though. So I'll say my transgender coworker happens to be white identifying. She definitely is driven to bring, minority representation and things like that. She definitely highlights, minorities and especially women. But again, when she and I
stop really one quick, I just want to go back to that because I can't get it out of my head. You said she's white identifying. So is she not white? Is she like Spanish, but she identifies as white?
No, she's white.
Oh, okay.
She's white identifying though, but doesn't.
See, I don't, putting that label white identifying on actual white people, to me, is like, doesn't make sense. I don't understand that.
Well, okay. I'll give you an
No, I don't know.
example.
Yeah.
We have a friend who is Middle Eastern, and he calls himself a white man.
That's why I asked you if that person was white, or just were they actually white and identified as white, or were they like Arab and identified as white, or Spanish and identified as white. You know what I'm saying? Because people can say that you are white identifying. They could describe you as that way. You know what I'm saying? And then I would question, well, so is she white or is she like Spanish? Well, she's Spanish. She's white identifying, but she's Spanish. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm getting at? Because I'm like, when you say identifying, then
either she identifies as white.
Right, because she is white. But there are people that identify as a race, like Rachel Dolezal identifies as Black, but she's white. She's Black identifying.
She's Black identifying. Listen.
Why put identifying something if you are what you are? Anyway, move on.
She's white identifying.
Okay. That's fine.
She highlights minorities, especially like on her social media platforms. She definitely highlights artists and things like that. But at the same time, when she and I have conversations and she's talking about her plight, she'll say something as simple like, I can't even talk about my relationship because if it was a cis woman talking about her date, no one would have a problem with it. And I'm just out here like, wow, I'm fighting for like equal pay. I'm fighting for body autonomy. You already have rights to your body that I don't have. She can have top and bottom surgery and it's legally covered. And all of us, like, that's covered by medical. Hearing aids or not. There's still some medical benefits where if I want to birth control or certain, it can't happen. Where if you want a tubal ligation as a woman, especially if you're not married, you can be denied by a medical professional.
Right.
She and I are not always fighting for the same things. And it's a little bit, I'm not going to say it's frustrating. I'm trying not to give my opinion, but at the same time, I just don't think that we're fighting for the same things all the time. Listen, I think everyone has an experience. Everyone has an argument. The spectrum of what we're fighting for is always going to be broad. I respect that. And I honor that, but at the same time, I just also want to make note that, while some are fighting to be able to talk about their date on Friday night, some of us are fighting for equal pay, body autonomy, being able to walk to the train station at night,
Right.
Domestic violence issues, parental issues where you sometimes can lose custody of your child because depending on the state that you're in, who got to the courthouse first if you're not married.
Right.
Just me.
Yep.
Maybe most. I don't know. I have a question for you. It's fall. Is there anything you're looking forward to?
The Long Island Fall Festival is this weekend, so I'm gonna go to that.
Where's that?
In Huntington. It's always in Huntington Village every year. So
I thought they canceled all those festivals.
it was last year, not this year. It's back this year. So I was all happy about it, and then I was telling my mother about it. She's like, "You going by yourself?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, and I felt bad. Like she wasn't trying to make me feel bad, but she just knows like my life. But I was like trying not to think about that. But it's like, well,
I thought they canceled all the festivals.
No. But I have affinity for it because my Nana, like to go there, and so going with her or whatever. But I'll probably do that. And then basketball is back, so my Knicks are back, and I'll go see a couple of games and get some fall beer, drink some kind of
lager,
fall dark lager. Settle into it, that kind of thing. Work, What about you?
I am looking forward to sweaters.
Yeah.
Sweater weather. Yeah. I want to wear a sweater, but no jacket. You know what I mean? That type of crisp where you're like, feels healthy.
I don't want to, I I wore a sweater today, but I didn't really need it, but I needed it. But I was like, this is so annoying. Like, I'm ready. You see, I'm sleeveless. Like I'm fighting. I'm fighting.
It's sleeveless weather right now, but this morning I needed a sweater.
I'm sleeveless and I got sweatpants on. Like I can't figure out what I want to do. So, welcome to fall. And then I got a conference coming up in October, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's gonna be amazing.
I'd like to change the lives of my family with the spin of a slot machine. the likelihood
Can
of
you
that
imagine?
happening is slim to none, but one can always
It-
play and dream.
It's still a chance.
There's always a chance. That woman won $2 million at the airport. So
At the
anything,
2 million. I wonder how much you walk away with. Is it 900 or like 1.1? Somewhere around there, right?
it doesn't matter at that point.
Well, depends. If you live on Long Island, it'll pay your house off. Probably a student loan or two. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Look, I'm all shitting on 2 mil. I'll take it though.
Sure.
I will definitely take
It's
it.
too much of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
headache, it seems like to you.
No. Nothing's a headache. I'll take it. I'll take $10.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Last time
I
I checked,
will.
when we went to the casino, you was holding on mightily tight to that little few dollars that you was a few $100 that you were able to scale in.
Listen,
You
bitch,
wanna
I
trade
will. Nope, bitch,
what
I
I
will
what I
always.
brought home?
I will always be a tightwad, tight-fisted broke bitch.
Okay,
Always. I am.
okay,
Always been.
I believe you.
Man, we used to make fun, me and my brother used to make fun of my dad all the time because he was so cheap. And I find myself doing the same thing. We're like, oh, I could find that cheaper somewhere else. And like, oh, it used to be so frustrating because you're like, we're right here. We're looking for sneakers. They're right here. And just
Like people, I'm one of those people which I gotta fix. Like I spend more money on other people than I do on myself, which is annoying. But I can't help it. I feel like I'm always trying to buy acceptance.
really.
Yeah. I told you that a long time ago. I had a friend in middle school named Corey. And she came to the school. If there's people from school watching, you guys know who she is. But anyway, she was a new girl in school. And I was like, oh yeah, I know I've told this on the show before, but and I, basically started paying her $2 a day to sit with me at lunch. And then she started sitting like at the next table behind me. And then it was like,
Did you still give her the money?
I stopped after a while. I was like, damn, like my mom would give me $5 for lunch and I got $3. I'd be like, let me get an ice cream and a pretzel. Ridiculous. My mom did not send me there to have junk food for lunch.
No, she did not.
But I've been paying people my whole life since, like, even like when my ex-boyfriend, I was paying this motherfucker $50. I wasn't paying him to be my boyfriend. I was just like sending him money. He always needed money. And then years later, when we were no longer together, like after Facebook, because we were dating before Facebook. So Facebook comes around and we're like friends on Facebook, and he like liked one of my pictures. And he's like, oh, you look so good. I was like, I'm the one that got away, huh? He's like, yep. I was like, whatever.
Damn.
And so now in this life, I'm not paying people to be my friend, but I'm like, I'll give somebody an extra gift.
You know what's,
I can't help it.
So there's a social emotional learning, right, that you do now in schools. And one of the things was just like, feelings, like understanding your feelings and, is this okay? Yeah, like it's okay to be mad. It's not okay to yell at your friends when you're mad though, but it's okay to be mad. What's
Right.
something that we can do? And so one of the examples was, I care what people think of me. And all my kids were like, oh yeah, that could hurt my feelings. I go, I don't care. And they're like, what? I was like, no, I understand that you care. But when you grow up, you're going to realize you shouldn't care. And they're all like, well, how do you not care? Don't you care that your friends like you? And I go, if they're my friends and we're friends, they'll like me, right? And if they don't like me, what are they? And they're like, not your friend. I go, so should I care if they're not my friend? And they're like, I have this little boy. He doesn't say like my my head exploded. He'll go, my brain just exploded. And he goes, my brain just exploded. So hold on. If somebody doesn't like me and they're not my friend, I shouldn't care. And I was like, no, you shouldn't. And they're like, but I do. And I'm like, that's okay. When you grow up and the more the more you friends you have and the more things that you do, you're not gonna care, and that's gonna be cool. And they're looking at me like,
It's
but
still
I care.
as
Yeah.
you become an adult, you still have feelings like that. It's still part of the caring. Because I remember you were seeing someone and something, can't remember the exact situation that happened, but they basically said to you, and because you always fucking told me everything, even if without realizing, like, that what that person said like really hurts my feelings, because it's like, why are you sharing that with me? I don't want to know. But I also appreciated the fact that you felt comfortable enough to share with me, conversations. Do you
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
does it
yeah.
hurt if on the flip side of it is like, well, she's sharing with me, it makes me feel good. But they were like, oh, I remember what it was. Okay. I'm not going to say what it was because it's just too deep. But anyway, um, if she is that upset about this, then, just don't be friends with her. Like, just drop me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I'm like, really?
I know
You
what
just
you're like.
drop somebody
Really,
just
you
like that? Like, you gonna
stupid? Yeah.
not put no effort. And this is why this motherfucker has I don't know anymore, but had a new friend every 5 minutes.
Still, nothing's changed.
I'm just like, really?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
can't feel some kind of way about like a life changing or anything, or I can't feel some way about an outfit or whatever the case may be, because you're my friend. I can't feel a certain way or express my opinion without somebody else saying, well, don't be a friend anymore. Like, really? That's not how things work. That's not how friendship works. You should be able
Well,
to
it
tell
is
somebody how
if
you
you.
feel. And
It
at the
is if you
same
got into
time,
crap all the time.
but at the same time, on the same token, back to the kid thing of it, it's like, well, you still have that emotional part of you where you're like, well, I guess, you still feel like your friends are your friends, and you want to, it hurts if they don't want to be your friend, or if somebody doesn't want to be your friend, or whatever the case. That doesn't go away in adulthood. I don't care how it says it does. I don't care how many people pretend, because even as strong as you are, there are moments where you're like, these bitches don't even fucking look for me.
It bothers me, but
yeah, I know that,
but not to a high
no,
level.
you're not a kid, but it still bothers you to the point where you can bring it up and be like, why? I don't understand. You can still question it and be disheartened by it without it like ruining your day and you want to go commit suicide.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you can still vocalize your disappointment about it. That never goes away.
One day,
when you're in the ground, you're always going to feel like I think adults are always going to want to feel accepted and look for and appreciated and valued, and not being told that you don't matter, I don't like you. Who wants to hear that? I don't care if you're 80 years old.
But everybody matters. Everybody's valued.
Right.
You have to find your
But it's about how you deal with it.
Yeah.
Between an 8-year-old and an 8-year-old.
And that's what that was so great about like having this conversation with them, because it like steamrolled into like, it's a lot for you right now, and that's okay. Right. But your feelings are going to change, especially when you start to experience new and different things. Right. And it was so nice to like for them to like, I wanted them, especially they're still at that like age where they're absorbing before they're reflecting their life. And I want to make sure that they understand that feelings can change and that's okay. Right. And how you view yourself is important. And when you change, that's okay. And to look for that too. Yeah. Listen, I want to make a sharp left or right. I don't know which way I'm going.
You want to switch?
I want to switch it up.
New topic.
Okay. Keep your background because I am going to. Oh no, wait. I'm keeping my background.
Is my background wrong?
No, your background's perfect. I meant to say something else because I'm not smart. So there is this woman.
Marisa's Musings.
So Allyson Felix is I'm bringing my notes because I won't remember nothing. So in 2019, decorated track and field star Allyson Felix split from Nike. They had a partnership. So what did the 6-time Olympic gold medalist sprinter do? You ask? Tamika Blair?
No, I already know, but go ahead. What?
She made a shoe. She
But
made
are
her
you gonna
own
talk about
shoe.
why she split from Nike? Why they split?
Um,
Do you know? I mean, I know off the top of my head, but
yes. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, it's your musings.
No, go
But I
ahead.
mean, that's an integral part of why
Why they? I can't remember.
she
Go
was
ahead.
pregnant, and they didn't want her. You know, they didn't want a pregnant star,
In
basically.
their advertising.
Right.
So, what does a girl do? What does a boss lady do? She takes it and starts track and running with it. So she has her styled by Saish, styled by Saish, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
Either way, this is her shoe brand. I'm highlighting it and I'm so excited. I'm gonna order my own. I gotta wait till payday though, because I'm broke. But I'm gonna order my own. I'm super excited. And I just want to highlight her and what she done did. And what's as everything doesn't revolve around the Kardashians, but the Queen Mother herself says, if somebody says no to you, then you're talking to the wrong person. And Homegirl said, no problem, Nike. I got you. And she made her own shoe. And I'm very proud of her.
Now she just needs the support. All it takes is the first shoe and the first buyer. So
I'm definitely buying.
I'm gonna take that money that I would buy the shoes and go to Vegas. And you know, if I win, then I'll buy some shoes. My niece.
You know,
nephew,
I'll double down. I'll buy us both a pair.
Okay,
I got us.
that works.
Okay, Holmes, where can they catch us?
The Yep Yeah Yes podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of your streaming devices, including iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, iHeartMusic, Google Play Music. And then, you know, YouTube is where you can see the full-length video, and just follow us, you know, support us. And, you know,
That's it.
that's it. That's all we ask.
That's it.
Show a little support.
All right, homie.
Nice
I
to
love
talk.
you.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.